Fox News contributor, Georgetown University law professor, Jonathan Turley. Sir, all right, let's get your reaction first to today. I think this is low-hanging fruit to me. I think that this was forced upon them. We already know that they planned not to charge him. Then they got the sweetheart deal. That got exposed by the judge in Delaware. This is Plan C. What are your thoughts?
Well, Sean, it's conspicuous, as you've noted, as Chairman Comer noted, as to what was not charged. You know, they were giving out FARA charges against Trump officials with great speed and alacrity. You know, they hit Paul Manafort very quickly with a charge based on many of the same facts. What the media is ignoring is that these uncharged crimes do have one common possible motive. When you don't declare yourself a foreign agent, when you don't declare income, when you create these questionable international transfers, all of them can effectively succeed in hiding that trail, right? If you declare income, you got to say where the income came from. If you declare yourself a foreign agent, you have to explain what you're doing for foreign governments. And if you create this labyrinth of accounts to send money through different shell companies and through different banks, it makes it harder for people to see those transfers. All of that fits a unified theory of an influence peddling scheme that did involve potential criminal acts. And so I think it's rather obvious that the one outlier, the gun charge, is the only thing that has been charged. Now, we may see charges down the road, but these charges were established, in my view, years ago. They could have made these charges years ago. And instead, they're allowing some of these charges to expire. The tax charges, for example, were allowed to expire, even though, according to these whistleblowers, the Department of Justice had the ability to extend the statute of limitations.
Let's start with Joe Biden lying. Let's talk about the phone calls that he made to Hunter with his foreign business partners, the Cafe Milano dinners with Russian oligarchs and others, payments for deals and professions that Hunter had no experience in, all the shell corporations, all the suspicious activity reports, tens of millions of dollars. I'd like to know what Hunter and the grandchildren did for the money that they were being paid. 9 Biden family members, according to James Comer. You know, for all the talk that Joe didn't know, well, the bribery statute doesn't mandate that Joe benefit at all. But it seems when he fired the prosecutor in Ukraine that he was enriching Hunter, wasn't he? As a result of that firing, which was against Obama administration policy put in place in October of 2015?
Right. And Sean, that's what's so telling about people saying, let's not have any further inquiry. Let's not do the impeachment inquiry to see if any of these are impeachable offenses. It's an act of willful blindness to ignore the evidence that we now have. Why shouldn't the public get these answers? It doesn't mean that the president's committed impeachable offenses, but I think that anybody who is reasonable looking at this evidence would say that there might be impeachable conduct here. There might be criminal conduct.
Well, let me ask one question.
And so this impeachment inquiry is necessary for that.
What about Burisma? Joe bragging, leveraged $1 billion, fired the prosecutor. We now know that it was an interagency approval of the $1 billion in loan guarantees. As a result of that decision to fire that prosecutor, Hunter continued to get paid for a job he had no experience in, Jonathan. What do you call that?
Right. That's exactly. It's a classic influence peddling scheme. And what people constantly point out is that influence peddling alone is not a crime. No, it's not alone a crime, but it is often involves criminal acts to carry out the influence peddling. Look, this is a corrupt city. There's a lot of people at this corrupt trough. There's a lot of people selling access. But the Bidens are standouts. They have always had a greater appetite, and that appetite has gotten them into trouble. I mean, instead of doing influence peddling on a modest level, they went for tens of millions of dollars. It's also evident in the plea bargain. Instead of just trying to get a plea bargain, they try to get everything in that plea bargain.
Jonathan Turley, thank you as always. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.